Are you thinking about becoming a life coach but not sure where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to become a life coach, choose your niche, and attract paying clients without certifications, a big audience, or years of experience. The first step to becoming a life coach is to clarify why you want to become a life coach in the first place. The why is everything. Before you think about your offer or your funnel or your lead gen system or your business card, start with the why. Why are you drawn to become a life coach? Is it because you want to help people? Is it because you're sick of your job and you want more freedom? Is it because you want to leave a legacy? Is it because you want to do something fulfilling and align with your purpose in life? Why do you want to be a life coach? This is really important to start because it helps you clarify the next few things that you must know to be successful. It also keeps you motivated when you hit resistance. And I didn't say if, I said when. Because building any type of business is going to require sacrifice and discipline and willpower. And building a coaching business is going to force you to step outside of your comfort zone. And so why are you doing this? Think about a selfish reason of why you want to do this and a selfless reason why you want to help others. For me personally, I got into coaching because I was miserable in my career. I was making good money, but I was working in investment banking and I didn't want to keep working 90 hours a week doing something that didn't align with my purpose. So that was my selfish reason. And then as I started to get into personal development, I recognized, oh my gosh, there's so many people that are looking for help. And the selfless reason was to literally transform humanity. So what about you? What is that reason? And let's start there. Step 2 to becoming a life coach is to choose a specific niche. Once you're clear on why you're doing this, then think about who you want to do this for. And the simplest way to think about this is think about your own life. Most coaches get into coaching because they've gone through a challenge. They've gone through certain things that have created breakthrough and transformation in their life. And as a result, they got really passionate about the idea of helping others with a similar transformation. So what about you? Maybe you are a corporate executive and you've become very successful, but you find that you're just not fulfilled in your career. Or maybe you are a stay-at-home mom, and as much as you love being with your kids, you want to have a bigger impact outside of parenting. Not saying that parenting is not. I think that's the most impactful career you could ever have. But beyond that, maybe you want to do something as a life coach to help others, right? So who is that ideal person that you're serving? When you're clear on the who, the specific coaching niche that you're serving, it's going to be so much easier building this business because you're going to know where this person is online, what message to share, how to attract them, how to enroll them. But if we're broad, which many life coaches sadly are, then it's going to be a struggle for you. So that's step 2 is choosing a specific coaching niche. Step 3 is to identify the transformation that you help your clients create. So a simple way to think about this is think about what's the problem that they come to you with and what's the promise or the result that they want. And what that will do will start having you consider the arc of transformation that they're going to go on. Right? If they come to you with a problem of, I feel overwhelmed and stressed every single day. Well, what's the promise? They want to feel more peace and more presence and more joy. I'm making this up on the fly, you can see, but imagine that's a transformation to go from peace, from stress to peace, right? To go from lacking fulfillment to a life filled with joy. Now you're starting to articulate this transformation that when they see that, they're going to be more likely to pay for it. If they don't see a transformation, if they don't see a value of your coaching, then they're not going to hire you just because you're telling them you're a life coach. In fact, if you tell them you're a life coach, they're probably going to run the other way. So don't even say that. All right? You want to explain the problem that you solve and the promise that you make. So that's step 3 is identifying that transformation. Step 4 is to create a simple coaching offer. And I'm using the word simple purposefully. You don't need to have 10 different coaching packages. And I would challenge you to say you don't even have to have 3 different coaching packages. Have one signature coaching program. That's it. Start with one-on-one coaching and pick a duration. It's 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. Pick some timeline. My recommendation is 3 months is almost always the best place to start because it's long enough to create a significant transformation. If you have a 1-week session offer, if you have like a session-by-session coaching program, then you're going to have to re-enroll that client every single week. it's going to feel really awkward. So instead say, hey, let's work together for a duration of 3 months. Then you simply decide on how frequently you're going to meet with them. Are you going to meet with them once a week? Is it for 30 minutes or is it for 45 or 60 minutes? Are you going to meet with them once every other week? Maybe they're a busy corporate executive. Whatever that is, that's the backbone. That's the skeleton of your life coaching business, right? And you don't need a certification to figure this stuff out. Now, let me just kind of go on a tangent real quick about certifications, because I get that some of you watching this go, oh my gosh, I'm not experienced yet. I don't have confidence in myself, so I should go get certifications. Listen, if you have no experience, none, and no skills to help somebody and no life experience, then sure, go get a certification because it'll help you feel more confident. It'll give you some structure. But most of you struggling with imposter syndrome don't need certifications. You need reps. You need experience. You need willingness to step outside of your comfort zone and be held accountable to take bold steps. And when you do that, your confidence builds. So yes, some people, if you're a 17-year-old life coach without much life, then sure, go get certified. But if you have a lot of life behind you and you've transformed your life and you've started to guide others, you don't need those letters at the end of your name if you're a life coach. That's my personal opinion on that scenario. Now let's go back into the training of creating a simple coaching offer. We talked about 3 months, defining how often you meet with them, and then what's the price? What are you going to charge? You charge so much, you could charge a variety of different things. If you want my recommendation for exactly what to charge, then download my pricing guide for coaches. It's completely free, and you can either click the link in the description below to download it, or you can just comment pricing below, and my team will send you it. But my personal recommendation is to charge somewhere for one-on-one coaching between $500 a month on the low end up to $1,000 a month on the high end. Now, could you charge more than that or less than that? Of course, and the coaches do all the time. But to just pick a number to start and do it without really stretching yourself, right? Choose a number that you feel is fair, that you know you can over-deliver on. Because if you start choosing a pricing that feels so outside of your comfort zone and it creates more anxiety and feels like you may not fulfill on that promise, it's going to erode your confidence. So start small. And as you work with that person and you start delivering the coaching, your confidence builds because you witness the impact that you're having. And then you can incrementally, easy for you to say, increase your price from there. Step 5 is to develop your coaching framework. If you're really wanting to become a gifted or a life coach who can actually deliver value, then what is your coaching framework? What's your step-by-step process? Sometimes you can learn this in coaching certifications. So this is where coaching certifications are useful, but sometimes you don't even need a certification. You just think back to your own transformation. So take a moment after you watch this video, and I want you to brain dump all the different steps that you would take in your coaching. And maybe yours isn't linear, but some coaches have a linear process. And once you're clear on, again, the transformation, right? So if you know the problem that you solve, the promise that you're making, what's the process that you're going to take your clients through? That's what I'm talking about here, your coaching framework. And once you identify that, then go deliver it. And you're going to find that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be proven yet. And you may have some holes in the process, but the only way to discover that is to go out there and coach clients. And then as you discover it, it becomes more and more proven over time. So don't overthink it. Don't let it scare you. Don't spend months and months on this. I have you consider spend less than a week on this, no more than that. Because then as you start working with clients, you can go back and work with it, clarify it even more down the road. But for now, simply develop a simple coaching framework. That's the key. This makes sense that the 6th step would be to just start coaching before you feel ready. Because here's the truth, you're never going to feel ready. And if you wait to feel ready before you're coaching people, you're going to wait your entire life. And what I don't want for you and what I don't want for me is to let 10 years, 20 years, 30 years go by where we reach a later stage in life and we have regret for not taking bold action. So go out there, put yourself out there, risk rejection, risk failure, risk judgment, and start helping people. And some you may not be able to help well. And then you discover, okay, that's not the type of coaching client I want to work with. And some you will, and then over time, you'll build your skills. But know that confidence that you're looking for right now and watching this video is going to come as a result of coaching people. It's not a requirement. Don't wait around for confidence because you're going to wait your entire life. Decide right now in this moment to start coaching before you feel ready. The 7th step is to build proof and testimonials. As you're coaching your clients, make sure to ask for testimonials. As they get a great result with you and a big breakthrough, don't be afraid to make the ask. And what we do in Fearless Coach is whenever we onboard a new client, we pre-frame them and pre-seed them up front before they even start working with us. We say, hey, provided that you get great value over the next month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, would you be willing to share a testimonial so that we can help more people? And you don't have to say yes right now. You don't have to do the testimonial right now, but just plant the seed to create the possibility that you're going to get that to help more people. Why? Because people need proof today. And I mean a video testimonial. I don't mean written. Written can be made up with AI, right? A real video testimonial, not of you, but of your client. Maybe you're in the video, right? We interview all of our students when we do case study interviews, but that's a really, really powerful strategy for marketing that increases the perceived value of your coaching. And then ask for a referral. If your client genuinely got a breakthrough, then make the ask of who else do you know that you think would benefit from our coaching? And now your clients not only are clients who are paying you, but now they become advocates for you. We have somebody who I'm talking to later today who was referred to us from a past client because he got great results. He 4x'd his pricing in his coaching business. He generated a bunch of leads and he's like, oh, I know of someone else who wants to start a coaching business. Got to send them to Peter and Fearless Coach Academy. So that's the idea, okay? Once you've gotten the proof and the testimonials, then you want to start creating content that attracts clients. Now, notice, this is a later step in this process. Some people will say, go create a bunch of content right out of the gate. And if you have grown up on social media and you love posting, then sure, you can start creating content. But do you need that content to generate leads and get clients? You don't. You could do some of these steps leading up to it through your network and get a handful of clients from that. But if you feel like you don't have a network, and you feel like nobody in your inner circle who likes and trusts you would become a client or refer anyone, then content is going to be required. So then choose a platform. I talk about this and I'll share a resource with you at the end of this video that I think will be really useful to decide where you want to create your content to start generating leads and getting clients. Once you've done that, there's 2 final steps to building this life coaching business and becoming a life coach. And that is inviting people into conversations. Whether it's people in your network who you're just reaching out and having a market research or a connection call with, or it's somebody who's watching a YouTube video of yours, you want to make an invitation without pressure, without attachment. If you are somebody who does this and you're struggling with this and you want help, then I'm happy to schedule a call where we can do a discovery session or a strategy call or whatever that is. And you're inviting them to this conversation to explore if or how you can help them. Now, you've got to position it the right way. Don't just call it a strategy session. Tell them the benefit of it, of who it's for and the benefit that they get. And let them know that on that call, your intention is to explore if or how you can help them. If you can't, you'll recommend some resources, but if you can, you'll share with them the details of how. And now the agendas between you and that prospective client is aligned. You don't have some hidden agenda where you're doing a bait and switch with them. You're being upfront and honest about your process. And when you invite people to these conversations, of course, not everyone's going to say yes, but some of them will. And when you plant these seeds, especially on a platform like YouTube, these are evergreen videos. We get calls booked every single week, not just from this video that I recently published, but from the video that I posted 3 years ago. So that's the idea, is to start building that machine. And then the 10th and final step of becoming a life coach is to enroll paying clients. Yes. Now, do you need to go through all 9 steps before you get to this, before enrolling a client? You don't. You don't. You can enroll clients within the first 30 days. You really can, depending on your network and your credibility and your process and your mentoring and accountability and all that. But at this stage, you want to move from just pro bono coaching to paying clients, right? I asked you in the earlier step to get clear on what's your offer. What's the duration? What's the frequency? What's the price point? And maybe that price point is $500 a month. And maybe you start with your first client is $500 a month. That's what I did. My first client ever, this was back in 2013, was for $500 a month. And then my second client was $1,000 a month. Now, not everyone doubles their prices that quickly, but you can go from, instead of $0 to $100 a month, and then $200 a month, and then $500 a month, and then $1,000 a month. And you build that comfort and that pricing over time as your credibility grows. So those are exactly the 10 steps that I recommend to becoming a life coach today in the world of AI with all the noise around us. Now, if you got value from this video, I have a quick favor to ask, and that is to subscribe to the channel. If you never want to miss a future video, hit subscribe right now, like this video, share it with somebody that you know, and I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to now know how to actually generate consistent leads as a life coach, because we talked about the steps to becoming a life coach today, but I didn't take a bunch of time talking about how to generate consistent leads so that you wake up every day with new leads and clients every week. If you want to do that, then go through my lead generation course for coaches. It's completely free. It's on my YouTube channel. If you click up here in the corner, you can watch that now, and I'll see you in the next video.